Good morning. Morning. Check. 1 2 1 2. Looks like we got all audio here. And of course, there we go. Now we got some audio there. Now we got our PlayStation audio. Yep. All right. Morning, everybody. Who do we got? Oh, what's up, Unk? Welcome back. Just for him, also, welcome back. We're going to start off today with the dev stream, obviously, as the title of the episode shows there. I just woke up. We got about 15 minutes before that dev stream starts. So what I'll do is I'll swap us over to, let's see, my laptop screen here. Let's swap over to that. And what the heck is going on here? Give me just 1 second, guys. Every single time I turn this thing on, I have a problem. Why? I don't know. This thing in the middle of the night takes on its own freaking... It's reading off of this display when it should be reading off the other. Why is it doing that? Alrighty. Wow, that's weird. This is the first time for this one. Well, luckily we got in here in time where we can make some edits here. Let's see. Oh my God. There we go. Okay, now we're going to go back here. We're going to make this main screen here. How's everything going? Nope. Okay. What the heck is going on here, man? There we go. There we go. We got it squared away. We got it fixed, thankfully. All right. That gave us something to do before the live stream, right? So what they're supposed to be talking about today is some updates on some fixes that they got coming along. So on and so forth. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how good they're going to be with these. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if we can expect anything good or anything bad. Let me take this off of mute. We got audio there. We got audio everywhere. How we doing? All right. And let's see. We've got this morning. Yes, sir. Of so I was gonna start the stream for sure. Getting ready for work. Gonna watch. Hey, just fam, thank you, man. Appreciate the views. Thank you. Appreciate the support. As a matter of fact, while we're doing this, we'll go ahead and we will go to. We'll go to our live real quick. We'll mute that and we'll just grab that URL link. We'll copy that and then we'll go back to the Division game. There we go. Now I can share this on my socials here. Get that out of there so you guys can see. Okay, we got that shared there. Now let's go over to Discord to the homies who are probably all fucking asleep anyways. But it's all good. One more time, we'll head over to these fucking screens. There we go. More like it. Now let's go to the PlayStation app real quick. Alright, so we shared it everywhere we can. We got the homies, the Torta Pounders. We are not going to do that. Let's see here. The remote play app, I'm not going to watch that. Alright, so we got 4 minutes left, 4 minutes, 50 seconds. Alright, some quick predictions of what we're going to see today. Where do I start? Obviously, probably be a breakdown about what's coming with the next season. The changes they're going to make. I do probably think they're going to change some of the things that we hate as far as the PvE Dark Zone. I think they're going to make some changes to that. I do think that we are possibly going to see some type of update to, or discussion about an update coming to the way that prototypes drop, prototype cores, and exotic components. The reason I say that is I notice it's a trending topic, not just amongst us in the clan, but pretty much everywhere on X. If you look on X, if you look on Twitch, if you look anywhere, it's pretty much the same repeating thing. People want to see a new source for exotic components, a new drop source for exotic components. They don't like how expensive the cores are as far as the components go. So we will see what the topics are. What do you guys think? What do you guys think that the topics for today are going to be? Does it even matter? Like, does it matter to you guys at this point that they're trying to approach this in a different way? I've seen a lot of people saying, you know, there's too many other games coming out right now to really give a shit. They're going to continue playing Division 2, but if it goes away, it goes away. You know what I mean? Me, I'm not sure I'll walk away from the Division 2. I'll continue playing it, but more and more it's looking like it's no longer going to be my primary game. I log in every day. Starting next month, there are way too many other games. Way too many other games are going to be fucking popping. You know, of course, I've said it a million times, Halo's going to be fun. That's not till the end of the month. And then we have I almost said Skull and Bones, but we have the Black Flag. I keep saying the FAG word instead of FLAG. Black Flag game coming out. And I don't mean to say it. It just, for some reason, it just keeps coming out. So we got the Black Flag coming out the beginning of the month, next month. And then we have, Halo coming out towards the end. So it's going to be a busy month next month. And towards the beginning of the month, we have the new updates coming out for Division 2. The 16th of this month, I guess, are coming out for the updates for this season. We got a lot of shit coming, man. A lot. And then the following month, August, September, crazy amount of games coming out. September's gonna be sick. You know what I mean? Then we have October. Everybody knows what's coming out in November. You know what I mean? GTA 6 is gonna be out, and people are gonna be retarded. And then there's the whole drama about that, where even if you purchase the game right now, you pre-ordered it, boom. When it launches, you're gonna have to be in a queue of selected people that get to download it first because they're afraid that it's gonna crash the servers everywhere for Xbox, for PlayStation, which is an insane concept on its own. They're anticipating that many people playing this game, but you know, it's Grand Theft Auto. It's the iconic game. I mean, what's the other iconic game for PlayStation? Redemption says, I think this is going to be about all the layoffs and what they can and cannot do with the loss of devs. You know, that's a good point, dude. There was a lot of devs. What was it, like 350 people laid off? We got 25 seconds before we start, so I'll make sure I shut up before then. But 350 some people got laid off. Sure. And I mean, they weren't only from the Division, they were from Skull and Bones, which, you know, I understand that game's not doing very well.
They're falling short just like the division is. It's the same thing I've been telling you guys this whole time. They hired DEI, and these DEIs aren't. Well,
and we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to this
mic.
DevNote stream, to this very spontaneous stream, because we just announced it very recently. We've decided to try something else for this time, and we'll see how that goes, so bear with us. I'm Yannick, I'm your creative director on The Division 2, and I'm joined with Alex. Hi Alex.
Hey there everybody. Hi chat, hi Yannick, I'm Alex, I'm the game director on The Division 2.
So first thing you're going to notice, it's just us. So no Leo, no Anais. We've decided to keep them busy preparing the launch of the next season, and they have a lot of cool stuff in store for you guys. I think Leo is in chat. I think I've seen him post. So hi Leo. Hopefully we'll make you proud and not just ruin live streams forever for the viewers. But thanks everyone for joining. We're going to be talking about Season 2 Into the Dark. Yeah, the point of this stream is to just reflect a bit on the PTS, on the 2 PTS phases that we've actually had. There's a bunch of things that happened, a bunch of things that have changed between the PTSs, that are going to change between PTS to the launch. We're going to have dev notes that will be published, but we thought this would be a good opportunity to actually talk about it live and maybe take some questions as well. So no big announcements today, no big reveals, no fancy trailers, just 2 people in their chairs talking about video games. So if you're here for the big juicy news, I'm sorry. Please stay with us. There may be some stuff that you might be happy about. We'll see. But there will be other streams for that. This is just pulling the curtain a bit and talking about what we've been working on. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Boy, what a PTS this was. That was an interesting one. How are you doing, Alex?
Say that again.
Are you surviving?
Yes, I'm happy. I'm tired. I've been reading a lot of feedback from the community, which has been great. And I'm really excited that we get the chance to do this. This is really new, unscripted, unrehearsed. So I hope this isn't the last Division stream we do at this point in time.
We'll see if we still have a job after this.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's what's been great with this phase. Sorry, I'm disrupted because that's my face in a big screen in front of me. It's okay, you can keep it there. It's been very interesting because I think it's been a very long time we haven't actually been able to do 2 PTS phases. And unfortunately, lately with our updates, we've had the tendency to do PTS quite late when enough things were ready and when we were prepared to share that with all of you. But of course, that means that by the time the PTS is ready and we give it to you, that gives us a very, very small window in terms of how much can we actually change. So this is something we wanted to change with this update, and this is why we decided to do the first phase of PTS earlier, and then therefore ensuring that we would have time for a second phase of PTS, and still after that have time to make even more changes. And I think that paid off because there were a lot of very interesting discussions, a lot of learnings, a lot of less interesting discussions, but still good that they happen. So hopefully we'll get to keep doing this kind of things or handle PTS that way, because I think we end up with a better update at the end of the day. But I'm pretty happy that we managed to pull it off. Of course, as you know, with PTS, it's always tricky because what we put out there are things that are not necessarily final, things that are unpolished. Some things might still be bugged. Also, some things sometimes we just put on the PTS just to kind of test the water and see how everybody feels about it. And then when we do 2 phases of PTS, which is, again, something we haven't done in a while, so we had to flex those muscles ourselves. That gives us very, very limited time between phase 1 and phase 2 in terms of how much can we change. So that means that we don't have the luxury of debating forever and trying to find the perfect solutions. We tried A, okay, there's this feedback. Let's try B now. Let's see what happens, and hopefully then we can find the right solutions afterwards. So if some of the changes between PTS phases sometimes feel a bit contradictory or erratic, that's also because sometimes we just we try to go broad strokes and kind of see if the truth lies in the middle. all I'm hearing is blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, Stretchwell. I'm going to be done with the blah, blah, blah very soon, and then we're going to get to the meat of it, okay? Please hang on. We're almost there. So let's actually talk about some of the stuff we've done, or maybe a bit more context as well. Where do you want to start, Alex?
I mean, I do want to stress out that the fact that we did 2 PTSs this time, this has been amazing for us to be able to see the community's reaction and adapt way quicker and with way more changes than before. I will stress out that even what you've seen in the second PTS, we already made a bunch of changes that Yannick and I are going to talk about today, but particularly about these 2 PTSs right now in preparation for Season 2, I think they were incredibly important for us as a team because because of the PvP changes, right? We haven't made PvP changes in a long time, and I think last we sat down and counted, it's over 300 gear changes. This is a lot of work, and this is, like a new philosophy in general of balance, and being able to test out these changes with the community, with the players that play PvP and enjoy it, or players that haven't enjoyed it in a while, and take that feedback. That's been priceless for us. Not to mention the other parts. So yeah, I'm super excited to talk about the changes. And I think, if you'd like, Yannick, maybe we can talk a bit about what we saw on PTS in terms of feedback for prototype and escalation, and go from there.
Yeah, let's start with that. I think there was a lot of discussion on escalation in particular, and probably I think one of the biggest point of feedback, was going to say controversy, was on the tokens, of course, and the change we did to tokens and to the token vendor. So do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, for sure.
Not to put you on the spot, but please, Alex.
I mean, I know the numbers by heart, so why not? So yeah, we did a bunch of changes to escalation in terms of reward structure. They weren't in the best of spots. We all know that right now, even right now on live, the leader earns less than the guest in escalation. So that's obviously not okay. And sorry that it took us so long to change. So what we did right now, obviously, we made it so that the leader gains more. But there's also maybe a more subtle change that we did to escalation with the tiers. So before the PTS changes, or how it is on live right now, right? When you get really up in tiers and you lose, you have to start from the very bottom and grind your way back up. I think it was a bit too punishing. I think we were looking at escalation and prototype with fresh eyes now that it's been live and players have interacted with it. So there's also a change to how much it costs to get into escalation, into each tier. And these numbers have been adjusted so that should you, I don't know, you win a tier 10, then you lose a tier 10, you're not back at the start at tier 1 or tier 2. No, I think you can actually start from tier 4 or tier 5, and you can more quicker reach tier 10. Basically, the motto was it should be easier to climb and less punishing to fail in escalation.
Yeah, especially there can be many situations, I think, in escalation where failure can feel unfair because, first there's technical issues. There may be moments where you get disconnected or things like that, which are never pleasant. But there may be also sometimes in missions because of whatever happens, something out of your control or spawn that you didn't anticipate or whatever. We also have rogues sometimes spawning in those missions, or there can be many reasons why you fail. So it should never really reach a point where you just want to drop the controller and rage quit the game. That's really not what we're after. So we need to find the right balance between having that economy mean something, but also not just frustrate everyone out of those tokens.
Yeah, because of the changes that we made to escalation in the PTS, we also tested out a new change. Basically, our expectation is right now, with the increase in rewards for leaders and the lower cost to enter a tier and less punishing when you fail, this would mean an influx of tokens in the economy currently. So in the PTS, we also tried to address that by making the two prototype. We upped the price to try to balance out this particular change. I think we saw that this was not well received by the players, judging by the forums on the threads on Reddit and on Discord and other places. So we have decided to revert this particular change. So going into Season 2, compared to PTS, to the second PTS, the prices will still be 5 tokens and 10 tokens for the more particular cache. So I think this is what these kinds of PTS tests help us address or see and observe.
Yeah, it helps to calibrate, and sometimes we put things out there. Sometimes we have we look at how do we make changes, how do we try to make things a bit better, but how do we also preserve the balance of the game? And I think those PTSs are a good way to get this check and balances of well, it might be good for the game, but if it's not fun for the players, then it's not worth it. So yes, when the update goes live, there will be the new tokens, the new token economy, the reduced cost, the increased tokens for the group leader, and the prices at the vendor will remain the same as they are on the game today. So not the increased prices of PTS. So more tokens and more caches for everyone.
Yep. There is another interesting change, if I may, if I can spoil a bit of the fun. So probably mostly of what Yannick and I are talking about today, or are going to be mentioning today, you'll also have proper dev notes
Yes.
up and running either today or tomorrow. I'm not sure. Leo, you can confirm in chat if you have the answer for that. But I think the token economy for now should be in a way better state, and obviously we'll continue to address it should it be the case. But I think the biggest pain point I've seen from players right now is augment re-rolling. There's the fact that there's RNG, there is no protection against re-rolling the same things over and over again, and sometimes, like there can be this frustration of I've spent hours getting prototype cores, I got a bunch of them, I re-rolled, I still didn't get the augment that I wanted. Now, that's not fun. So I agree, I understand how we got here. So in order to try to address this after seeing the feedback, we are making a change in Season 2 whereby upgrade reroll costs will be capped at 6. Right now, you start, it's a progressive cost increase. It starts at 2, 2, 4, 6, 10, and so on and so forth, up to 25. I think that makes re-rolling for your favorite augment to try out multiple builds, it makes it way too difficult. So to address this, it's going to be 2, 4, and then afterwards, from the third re-roll, it's going to remain at 6.
I'm a bit disappointed, Alex, that you don't actually know all the values. You said 2,
What do you mean?
you said like 2, 4, 6, 10, something, up to 25. I was hoping you would actually know all of them by heart. But it's going to be simpler now, because it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. So yeah, hopefully at the end of the day, yeah, getting the right augment should be much more approachable for everyone. There you have one. 2, 4, 6, 10, 16, 25. Thank you, chat.
Close enough.
Close enough. Well, now it's stopped at 6. You're welcome.
Yeah, now it stops at 6.
Cool. I think the other thing we had. Wait, let me try to see the notes in here to make sure I'm going in the order of the notes. But yeah, mutators. Should we talk about that? Like we wanted to try to bring new mutators, and the idea when we did escalations was always that okay, we have those ingredients, we have the increasing difficulty, but then we have the mutators that add a different spice to each of your runs, and the idea was always that on a seasonal basis we would try to reshuffle and to bring fresh mutators. We've tried a bunch on this PTS. didn't really go as planned in terms of how these were perceived. So once again, good thing we had the PTS to try it out. So yeah, Alex, what are the learnings here?
Yeah. So suffice to say, not all of the mutators were as popular. Some of them were really unpopular. So we had I think we had 4 mutators planned for season 4, but maybe because of balance, maybe because of design, they didn't necessarily resonate with our players. So we're gonna make a change for the season 2 launch. We're only gonna bring in 1 mutator, and in order to make room for this mutator, we're gonna swap out 1 mutator from season 1. So we've decided to keep Variety Pack, and we've also retuned it. So the way that Variety Pack was presented, it meant that when it's present in your escalation mission, whenever you kill an enemy with a weapon, you would gain a damage decrease, debuff, and then by swapping to your second, to another weapon, you wouldn't face this debuff, and by killing an enemy with this weapon, you would cleanse the debuff from your first weapon. Basically, this what mutators are supposed to do are supposed to make us change the way that we normally play. This is the design intention, change the way that we normally play. It's so easy to just have a primary gun that you always rely on. You barely ever swap unless you run out of ammo and whatnot. So that's the intention behind Variety Pack. It wasn't, I think we learned a lot from the players' reaction to it. So the way that it's going to be present in Season 2, the debuff won't start after you kill the first enemy. You're going to have a buffer. So I think the debuff starts after the third enemy killed. And I think this will make it less frustrating. After some more testing, it is frustrating to swap your weapon after each enemy killed. So right now, with having to kill 3 enemies before the debuff comes active, it'll work great. And this also applies to assists. You don't necessarily need to kill the enemy with your other weapon. You could just have an assist if you're playing in a team, and that will also count for the debuff. So I think that makes Variety Pack as being a good, in a way better state. And of course, we'll see how the players like it once it goes live. And yeah, we're open to tweaking it some more.
What about Anchor? I see people asking about
What
Anchor.
about Anchor? Yeah, so Anchor is the one that we're actually removing from the mutators that were present in season 1, again to make room for Variety Pack. I think Variety Pack will start at tier 5, start appearing in your escalations at tier 5, and we also adjusted some of the other mutators that were already present in season 1. So I had 2 main targets for this based on the same type of player feedback. I've heard a lot that build variety or build expression isn't that great in escalation, where predominantly DPS builds shine. So in order to try to address that, we've made a couple of changes. Let me remember the exact name so I don't... So
when he says let me remember, he means let me read my notes.
Yeah, let me read my notes. It's not numbers. I need to remember words now. So in season 1, we had unyielding, which just made it that from any enemy that had unyielding from a particular threshold, they would be immune to crowd control effects. Obviously, this has an impact on any kind of status build. So we're changing unyielding so that once the enemy reaches the threshold, they will remove all effects from them, but then you can immediately reapply them. So this should stop hindering any kind of status builds. And then for Harvester, I think Harvester had the unintended effect to affect tank builds. Basically, if you brought in a tank build, the enemy would recoup health and armor based on your own maximum armor. So that was a bit too punishing for tank builds themselves. So we're changing Harvester so that if you damage an enemy with either a grenade or a status effect, you will immediately neutralize Harvester completely. Like that enemy can no longer have that modifier. And I think this gives us a better use of our grenades, which maybe we don't use enough, but again also makes status shine a bit more.
Yes. Hotfoot is not going away though. I see
Hotfoot is not going.
I see chat asking about it. Maybe in another rotation, we'll see, but it's still going to be here this season.
For now.
For now. Okay. What do we have next here? So as you know, we've also decided to bring back the drops from the crates in escalations. That was on PTS already, but if you've missed that, this is happening. So more prototypes as well. And then I'm trying to see, I'm reading my notes to see if we have more on escalations or prototype. I'm sure there's a bunch of more details that are going to be in patch notes as well in the future, but we are trying to focus on the main topics here. Otherwise, I think, we can talk about the next big piece of the season and of the PTS, and that is, oh, I lost chat. Well. And that is the Dark Zone. So obviously PvE Dark Zone is wait, I'm getting tech support from Dory here. Thank you very much. This is what I get for not moving my mouse on a regular basis. The computer just goes to sleep mode. All right. So yes, Dark Zone. So we are doing PvE Dark Zone. We are doing a bunch of different stuff for Dark Zone this season. Obviously, PvE Dark Zone has been one of the big topics during this PTS and will be a big topic during the entire season. Lots of learnings, lots of things we've tried one way or another with this PTS. Once again, super interesting. Obviously, I think the big conversation of the last. Last PTS phase was the addition of the stabilization agent, which is the token you need to acquire to do extractions. So there was a lot of feedback on that, and we've made adjustments. We are not removing them. I know some people were hoping we would remove them. We are not removing them, but we are making adjustments to improve a bit. But there's a bunch of reasons why we think it's interesting to have them in the Dark Zone. And I'll start with one, and Alex, I'll let you jump in. But it's we really want the Dark Zone and PvE Dark Zone in particular. It's we want that to be a shared space. We don't really. I mean, you can, but we don't want to encourage a play style where you just jump into the Dark Zone, you do your own thing, you mind your own business, you get your stuff, you do your own extraction, and you leave. You can do that, but that's not where we think the most fun is to be had on the Dark Zone. Where it becomes fun in the PvE Dark Zone especially is because this is a shared space, is to actually try to bring players together. You don't have to group up, but just standing next to each other means that you can have those moments that are going to be a bit different from what you're used to in the main game. And that's what we want to encourage. And we see the stabilization agent as one ingredient to that, because that means that when extraction becomes a currency, you'd rather use the extraction of someone else rather than spending your own currency to do that. Or that's a way to also bring the players together. So that's one reason why we like the idea of it, and there's more reasons, of course, but yes, that's something we wanted to highlight. Now, of course, as I said, we've made changes because there was a lot of very fair feedback on the implementation as it was proposed in the PTS. So, Alex, tell us about some of the changes we're doing.
Oh, there are so many numbers. So, yeah, we learned a lot of how players experienced and felt about the stabilization agent. Like Yannick said, it's not. We'd like to keep it in because we think it adds an interesting dynamic to the experience. Though probably It wasn't in its best of shapes in the PTS. So again, that's why we have PTS, to be able to test these things out before they go live, and we have to stick with them for an entire season. Now, in terms of what we did for them, I really need my notes for this, because this is a lot. So, cool. So, first change. The fun thing about us going into the Dark Zone this season was that the team managed to dig into the systems that affect the Dark Zone and do a freshen up, since it's 2026. So I am very happy to say that after 7-8 years of Division 2, when you open a chest in the PvE DZ, all players will be eligible to the loot of that chest, not just the player that opened it or their group. This was a massive pain point for us as we were developing Season 2, because you could just run to a landmark, someone would open the chest, and you get nothing, and now it goes on cooldown. So, first of all, that the loot from the chest is available to everyone within proximity, right, and on a timer, but that means should the stabilization agent drop from that, you can also get it. So this should make working with or gaining and obtaining stabilization agent, it should make it easier. We've made a change so that stabilization agents can also drop from landmark bosses, not just the chests. And we also increased the Dark Zone key drop rate on hunter enemies to help with the chests. And I think that's it strictly on the stabilization agent. We've made a bunch more changes to the PvP and PvE Dark Zone. I don't know if you want me to go into details about that, Yannick, or if we should wait for the patch notes. It's good news. It's buffs.
No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So I think there was a worry from the community, and especially from the PvP players, that the PvE Dark Zone is quite generous with its rewards. It's a new season. We worked a lot on the toxicity mechanic, on the global modifier, and on the effects that you see reflected in the world, in the toxic PvE. And obviously, we want to encourage players this season to try it out. Because of that, obviously, we made it attractive, rewards-wise. Now, the concern that the community had, and it was a fair one, was wouldn't that make it less exciting to go into the PvP Dark Zone, considering that in the PvP Dark Zone, there's higher risk. Other players can kill you. So we were always of the mindset of no matter what, PvP Dark Zone must give more rewards. It was just a matter of us having the time to put the numbers together, like let's settle on what the reward needs to be in the PvE one, and then we'll up those rewards in the PvP one, because yes, it has to be attractive. You're putting your agent's life at risk when you're over there. So what we did, we increased the drop chance for exotic components in landmark chests. In PvE, it's going to be 25%. In PvP, it's going to be 40%. Then for the PvP, only for the PvP Dark Zones, we made the change so that exotic components can drop from landmark bosses of challenging and heroic difficulty. Challenging will have a 33% chance per boss. Heroic will have 48%. And we've made another change across all Dark Zones, because I think it wouldn't have been fair to give it just to PvE or PvP. Plus, I want to keep things similar in case you're playing one of them, so that you don't have a shock when you go into the other one. We've decreased the cooldown on the chests in all Dark Zones. It's now 20 minutes. So with these in mind, on the PvE Dark Zone, you should be able to get the stabilization agent more frequently, easier. So yes, you still have to find it. This is the whole risk-reward element added to it. You can't just spawn hunters that give you guaranteed exotic components drops, right? But the PvP dark zones have been adjusted accordingly so that they are more rewarding. Like, period. There's no way in which this isn't rewarding. Unfortunately, exotic components in the PvP dark zone go immediately in your inventory because that's currency, so you don't need to extract with that. There's no risk to that. So I think that's that. Yeah. Sorry.
For people asking in chat, that's 20 minutes instead of 30. So
Yes.
that's a 10 minutes reduction. And remember that now the content of the chest will be shared with all players in proximity, not just the person who opened it. So they respawn more regularly, and also everybody gets. You don't have to find your own chest if somebody else opened it, as long as you were in the vicinity when it opened.
Yeah. And bear in mind, whenever we talk about anything related to the dark zones currently, this is the start. This is the start of our changes to PvP in general. This is a first step that we're doing in Season 2. We think PvP in the Division 2 has a chance to shine if given proper care and attention. We have a dedicated part of our team that will be focused strictly on PvP. So expect that whatever we're doing right now with the rewards for the dark zones and conflict, of course, we're probably going to keep on updating them as time goes by. This is just the first step in a long, long journey.
Yes, I think there was some reaction already, or some people, asking, do you think this is enough to fix PvP? Well, no, of course it's not enough to fix PvP. Hopefully it's a step in the right direction, but it's just a step. We need to start somewhere if we want to fix PvP. And as much as I would love for us to be able to fix everything in one go, there's a lot of things that need fixing, and also history have proven that if we want to fix something, we need to iterate, we need to get feedback, we need to make changes, make mistakes, learn from them, and try again. So that's why we're going to take for PvP and everything PvP, we're going to take this iterative approach of make regular changes. And some changes will stick, some changes will not work, and we're going to keep going in that direction until we reach something that is much better than what it is today.
Yep. I'm seeing a lot of mentions in chat about optimization to prototype.
Yep.
So I know I talked in the past about recalibration that may or may not have a component of optimization for prototype. We're still working on it. We're actually looking philosophically speaking at prototype gear. Would you like to say something about this, Yannick, of how we're looking at prototype right now?
Well, I think we are shifting a bit. When we set out to do prototype, we wanted to have something that was extremely rare, extremely hard to get, that would be an immediate power increase, and that was very much dedicated for veteran players. But of course, when we put something new into the game, a new thing that sounds powerful and fun, everybody wants to have it, and I understand. So that's what we cannot fail to anticipate is that, of course, everybody will want to get it. And the moment we make it very hard to get, especially hard to get even for veterans, that means everybody else, it's even harder, almost impossible to get, and extremely grindy to optimize or to get the god rolls that you want. So that's a mind shift that that we're embracing. It's like, okay, let's rethink the system to try something, to have something that is more accessible, but is more
thinking the system, and they keep
that is more for
ruining the
everyone.
system. That's the problem.
But that change is also going to be something that's taking a bit of time. So that's why we've already taken steps towards and gotten more comfortable with the idea of making prototypes easier to access for everyone and more generous across the board. And we're probably going to keep going a bit in that direction, but we want to take it one step at a time and really assess because we want prototype to stick for the long run. And we if we push too fast, too quickly into a direction, then that means we're just going to have the same problem all over again, in 6 months or in 1 year, where we're like, well, now we have no desirable rewards because everybody has everything. So we need to balance it right, but yes, at least for us, it's we want to make sure we find the right compromise between that original vision we had, which was too strong and too focused in one very hardcore direction, and what a lot of the voices online have been telling us, which is prototype should be for everyone, and why should it be just for a special type of player? So we're making changes, but we're also thinking in the same time on what other changes can we do, or changes in terms of, recalibration. We've already said we're looking at ways to bring recalibration, but does that mean optimization? Does that mean some deeper changes to how prototypes work? We're kind of exploring, and we'll have more news on that in the future. This is not something for the short term, so don't expect any changes coming soon, but we'll have more news when we have some solutions in mind.
I saw someone in chat mention if we can remove mods from the rotation on escalation. So very short answer is no, not because I wouldn't want to. We'd have to change the entire system throughout the entire game in order to do that. Escalation only takes what's there and reapplies it onto the mission, but we did make a change. I'm not sure if we did it in 1.3 or it's going live in 2.0. It's one of these two, so it's either already in live or it's coming in live. Whenever you have mods in the escalation rotation, you have a chance to drop mods of extremely high quality, like with really, really high rolls. So if you are still missing those kinds of mods, and please bear in mind, whenever we mention all sorts of changes that maybe seems like, whenever we're making changes and people might say, but we already have this, I already have all of the exotics, I already have all of the mods that I want and whatnot. Please bear in mind, we have a constant influx of new players that are coming in, so we need to make sure they can also get the same exotics that you have, the same mods that you have after playing for 2, 3, 5, 7 years. So the short answer is I can't remove it from the rotation because that would be probably months and months of work for an incredibly small change, right? Just removing mods. But we were aware that you're missing out on particular gear sets or potential prototype drops. So instead, we made the change. You will get better mods out of that.
Cool. Thank you, Alex. I phased out. I was reading chat, but I'm sure that was very smart what you said.
I hope so. Cool. Please.
So
please.
What else? PvP? Should we talk about? I'm pretty sure we are not going to have a list of all the PvP changes, even that happened between PTS and live. I'm sure there's more, but were there some outliers and some specific things you want to mention?
PvP changes is one of the most difficult things to talk about because Florin, the designer that we put in charge for this, he makes so many changes that I can't keep up with him at this point in time. I'm happy with the changes that are being made, but so looking at my notes, because I can't remember all of this, he changed a bunch of things after PTS, after the second PTS based on your feedback. Thank you so much for everyone that took the time to go into PvP, Dark Zone or Conflict and play around with the new gear sets. Like, your feedback is priceless because, again, this is the first time we're doing such a massive change to the PvP. And to clarify for anyone in chat that might be wondering, or if you went online and saw that Striker is getting nerfed, Striker is not getting nerfed in PvE, but we've now done an entire rebalance on over 350 pieces of gear on their talents, strictly in PvP. You'll notice in game that you'll have a PvP override, and this is the thing that we've changed. Now, I think So yeah, Heartbreaker gear set had its damage output and bonus armor gained reduced by 0.1% to keep it in line with the rest of the global PvP balance. Core strength got a 5% buff to its talent, while its skill efficiency has been kept at 10%, and that's down from 15% in phase 2. And I've just got a huge list. Yeah, Caduceus is 3% right now, so and half of that for your entire team. For anyone wondering what we're doing with Caduceus, I'm not even sure if please, is that the way you pronounce it, Yannick? Is it Caduceus?
That's it's a Caduceus. I think we're pretty close to each other, but my Latin is a bit rusty.
There we go. Cool. So, and I think there might be a bunch of other changes. Again, it's a long list. I'm super happy with this first pass. Again, this is the first step, and expect that I do believe it's in our plan for season 2 to also do a skill pass. We just need to make sure that the PvP overrides actually just affect the PvP for skills properly, and they're a bit. The system is a bit trickier to handle. I think that's that, and I think we could probably talk a tiny bit about anti-cheat, Yannick.
Yeah, I was going to bring it up because obviously that's a big topic in chat, and I don't want to ignore it. So yeah, and at least I can start. But when will we get the dinosaur skin? We're talking about anti-cheat. We're talking about serious stuff here. Come on, not dino skin. Someday though, maybe. No. So there's a few reasons why we are not talking so openly about anti-cheat, and there's two of them that I want to bring up. First is any information we give on anti-cheat is potentially helping people who work on cheat engines and who like to use cheating, because as soon as we say, hey, we're doing a bit more of this, a bit more of that, that's information that could be extremely valuable. So we're trying to be a bit discreet on what we're doing. And the second part is we don't want to come out here and tell you, hey, we fixed cheating, because there's always going to be one of you that unfortunately is going to face a cheater somewhere, and we can have the best anti-cheat in the world. There's always going to be those cases, so that's going to be a perpetual fight. But what is true is that we're taking anti-cheat very seriously, much more seriously now than we did in the past, or at least now we're investing much more into it than what we could afford in the past. So there are a lot of things that are happening on our side in terms of trying to create a healthier environment and addressing cheating. Some of it will be available at Season 2 launch, and there's going to be continuous improvements afterwards. I think probably for as long as we're going to keep supporting PvP.
Yeah, I think that's super well said. Yeah, we don't want to give a heads up of we've improved our anti-cheat or our security systems to be better at identifying this and this and this, because that is crucial information for anyone working with cheats or developing those kinds of tools. And yeah, it's a work in progress. What I can say is with this PTS, we tested the newest version of our tools. This means anti-cheat, but also we have something special for lag switchers. And so far, the results are promising. We're aware that we're putting out a season that's focused around the Dark Zone and PvP. So this is where cheaters could definitely have a big impact. We were aware of this. That's why we worked on our tools. And again, I do think it's going to be better. We'll continue to make them better no matter what. I want PvP in the long run to be as cheater-free as possible. In general, I saw someone in chat mention ban cheaters. Yeah, we do. We ban a lot of people. We just don't brag about the numbers, but we ban them. And we ban them. Please listen closely, chat. We ban them based on your in-game reports. We actually get that list. Maybe sometimes we're a bit slow because we do manual bans. We don't want to make mistakes and have an automated system where a player could be incorrectly flagged. So we get the report, we look through the data, we confirm that yes, that is cheating type behavior. And I mentioned that we're working on lag switching tool, so I expect us to push on that front. And if these two fixes alone are not enough to clear the PvP and even PvE landscape, because I've seen them in escalation tier 10 already. If that's not enough, then we're probably going to do some more things. I don't want to be specific because I don't want to give a heads up, but we have some other solutions that are a bit more drastic that we want to explore to prevent cheaters.
Yeah. And we are trying to see what's the right level of communication we can do on cheating, because yes, we can sit here all day and tell you we promise we're banning cheaters, we promise we're banning cheaters. I see you in chat, I see you, the ones that are in various degree of rudeness telling us that we're not. But I think at the end of the day we need to prove it and we need to show it. So we are considering how to do that. As Alex said, we don't want to brag and we don't want to be here and say, hey, today we've banned X amount of cheaters, or here's the list of all the people that have been banned. But still, there's a whole spectrum in between on what can we do. So we want to be a bit more vocal about it. But yeah, this is all fairly fresh for us, so we're still figuring it out.
Yep.
And I saw someone asking about the N64 graphics, and that needs to be addressed. Yes, we are aware. N64 is not the way I would have called it, but yes, we have some issues with the visuals on some platforms, and yes, the team is looking at it, and we're trying to find a fix.
We're progressing on that front. That I can tell you for sure. Optimization is memory management at its as close to the hardware as possible. So this means it takes time. It's a difficult process whereby you could mess something up that could boot you out of the game completely. This is the reason why it's taking a bit longer. So I mentioned somewhere else that in season 1, I think at launch we did, so or maybe not at 1.0, maybe 1.1, we did push an optimization patch for consoles that helped in this regard. We're still not there, and yes, we're aware of the N64, PlayStation 2, however you want to call it, graphics. We're still working on it. Right now, internal results are looking promising. As soon as it's ready, we'll add it to the game, because yes, we don't want a bad experience on console either.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, how about crossplay? I see a lot of questions. It's not on the menu for season 2, but yes, we're still working on crossplay. And as soon as we will have news, you will know. Don't worry. That we will brag about. You can be sure of it. As soon as we're ready to tell you more about what and when. But yeah, we still have to work on that. It's a very big one. It's a very big one. So it's we need to do it right to make sure we're not breaking anything or compromising the game. So please bear with us.
Yeah. If I can share some fun facts about crossplay, Yannick, if you don't mind.
Go.
Yeah. So, like Yannick said, we're still working on it, and it's progressing. The thing with crossplay that it's not so easy to realize. I think I mentioned it in another live stream. There are edge cases. I think in the previous live stream we talked about edge cases surrounding clans and whatnot. There's so many edge cases that we need to make sure we handle all of them, because otherwise it could have a large negative impact. What kind of edge cases would that mean? From the likes of what happens to the leaderboards that are in game. Are they shared? Are they exclusive to platform? Can you switch between being exclusive to platform? What does exclusive to platform mean, chat? If I'm on console, do I only get to play just be exclusive to console. If a clan member, a clan leader makes a clan, should they have the option of making it cross-play or exclusive to their platform? If they made it cross-play, what happens when someone that has cross-play activated and joins the clan, then deactivates cross-play for whatever reason?
I think
What
that can
happens
keeps
to them?
going on for some time. So
Yeah. So
But,
it's
yeah.
just a lot, yeah.
yeah, I think, and the point, because I see the smart people in chat being like, well, then just wipe the leaderboards, it's easy. Yes, I mean, there's a solution to every single one of those questions, but we need to anticipate every single question, because any question we do not anticipate could have very, very bad repercussions. I mean, we're talking potentially people losing progress or even losing their accounts if we forget to anticipate any kind of edge case. So that's why we really need to be super careful with it. And we're going to take the time we need to make sure that we're doing it right.
Your version probably was better than my version. Sorry, crossplay is my new nightmare fuel at the
It's
office.
just, I feel like if I let you going, this is going to be like a 5-hour stream, and you're still not going to be done on edge cases. So I think that's actually all that we had to say today.
Yeah, I think we forgot some stuff, but thankfully we'll have some dev notes based on the changes that we're planning on making after the PTS.
Yeah, I've seen some people complaining about skill builds with prototype and the fact and being sad because we didn't mention it. Yes, there are things we can definitely improve with prototype and the proposition. And with escalations as well. So don't worry, we see you folks. Okay. Are we? Is this it? Is there anything?
This it? Is this the end?
It's not the end. It's far from the end for the Division 2, but it might be the end for this stream. Thank you, everyone. No, we do not have one last thing and a big surprise for you. This was really just an information stream. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us. Thank you, Alex, for joining and taking the time to walk everybody through all those things. Expect news on Season 2 very soon. I don't know that I'm supposed to tell you when, so unfortunately you'll have to just accept my soon as the next step. Let us know what you thought of that stream and of that format. Hopefully you like it, and hopefully we get to do that more often in the future. It's a bit easier for us to get some of the messages across rather than trying to find ways to communicate things the right way, and it's just spreading messages.
I remembered.
What's going on.
I remembered one very important thing, Yannick. So
okay, that's fine. I'll just have to start the conclusion all over from the beginning.
Yeah. If you could please repeat all of that all over again, like super quickly, on the topic of disconnects and losing tokens. Do you want to talk about it?
No, because I don't know what you're about to say.
Because I think this is a big, I think this is a big pain point at the problem, and I think part of why escalation is getting a lot of shade is because of that. So on this front, two things. One, with us doing multiple PTSs, this helps us identify server crashes in time for us to be able to fix them. So I'm hopeful that Season 2 should be better. Secondly, we are investigating a pass on what's happening in the background so that we reduce server crashes, because nobody likes server crashes in general, whether you're doing escalation or not, and it's not okay. We've had a bumpy season, we know that, and we hear you. And then specifically on escalation, we are looking at the solution so that it's not as frustrating to be disconnected out of your own accord and lose progress regarding tokens and whatnot. We've seen online, like Yannick, do you want to talk about why we didn't do tokens equally as a cost? Because I think that's been the number one suggestion I've seen from everyone in the community.
Yeah, I mean, there are two suggestions, right? Two drastic suggestions. One is like, well, just remove tokens. And that's not really the direction we want to take, because there's a bunch of good reasons why we want to have a token system. But the other one is, of course, people asking, well, the cost should be spread on the entire team, or everybody should pitch in. And the truth is that, of course, that's something we did consider when we started doing it. And that's, again, one of those cases of edge cases. And like the more we dug into it, and we actually started working on that when we were working on escalations, the more we actually worked on it, the more we identified so many edge cases on how this could go wrong, that it ended up being unrealistic. And it's not. I'm not just even talking. Oh, it's too much work. I'm just talking about the fact that there's so many of them that it would be impossible to handle. I mean, some other people solved it, but still, it wasn't feasible for us. So we hear you. We agree that would be probably a more elegant solution, but it's just not a realistic solution for us.
Yep. Perfect. Sorry.
So this is it for this stream. Thank you. Am I done? Can we do the? Okay. No, so once again, thanks everyone for joining. We did manage to fill an hour of this. That's cool. I thought we would be done faster, but that's good. That means we had a lot to talk about. As I said, hopefully that was interesting. Hopefully the format was something you appreciated. I hope we got to answer some of the questions in chat. I was trying to keep an eye on it. That's why if I'm looking down, I'm reading chat. I'm not just looking at my hands. Yeah, season 2 soon, TM. More news soon. But yeah, we're almost there. Thanks a lot for your support, and thanks a lot for those of you who could join us on the PTS and everybody who joined the online conversation. It helps us, and it helps us make a better game. So thanks for sticking with us.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. So, what the hell, guys? Was that a waste of time or not? What do you guys think? I mean, I don't feel like I went into Grok here. Let me put Grok over on the screen so you guys can see. And we're gonna go over the notes. I had Grok pull up the notes for today's stream, so we don't have to wait on the dev notes. Grok watched it all in 5 seconds and got us all the notes here. Let's see how good here is. So Grok says, here's clean set of notes from today's Division 2 dev notes stream. Mostly player feedback, a little bit of questions, small updates, key changes and timeline discussed. So escalation mode, ongoing improvements to drop rates, especially higher tiers. New vendor for spending tokens on prototype gear. We already knew that. Prototype gear, continued focus on farming and customization. Bug reporter tool. Live and actively being used. Devs encourage more submissions for the bug reporter tool. Focus on high enemies, Dark Zone, PvP, rotating Dark Zone rules. Crossplay clarifications still planned for year 8. Classified assignments returning, ongoing for quick tips for players. VOD should be on Twitch under videos you want to skim it yourself. Want me to expand on like PTS changes? No really good notes on there either. Like, I guess I can't really blame Grok for not having any good notes when there's no good notes to be had. I mean, what really was here that was worth watching? Like, they're addressing the graphics issues fucking that we've had since the beginning of the damn game. Just now they're addressing it. What else? Re-rolling prototypes, right? Instead of it going up past the first one costs you 2, the next one costs you 4, the next re-roll costs you 6, the next re-roll costs you 8. However it went, now it's only going to cost you a max of 6. So the first re-roll is going to cost you 2, the next one 4, and then the next one 6, and then it stops. It doesn't keep going up after that. So that's cool. That's going to save us a good bunch on prototypes. I can appreciate that. That's a good heads up, a good job from the devs on that. PvP, I'll be honest with you guys on PvP. I just don't give a shit. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, guys. I don't give a shit about PvP. I mean, I swear, dude, if you were to take some type of survey of all gamers who actually do PvP, I guarantee you that the actual amount of people that do PvP is probably about 30% down. That focus on PvP. Like, PvP is their only shit. That's what they like, is PvP. Not like when I was growing up, when PvP was the main sale of the game. You know what I mean? The missions and stuff, that was cool to do. But you did the missions so that you could hurry up and get to PvP, and you got a little bit of experience doing the missions. You know what I mean? Because PvP, some people would even skip the missions entirely and just do PvP. So now, I think it's a generational change. It's a cultural change. I think people do not value the same types of games that we used to value growing up. You know what I mean? It's just fucking different, man. Gaming is just different. Yeah. I mean, I've got no problem trying PvP. You know what I mean? Like, I literally grew up fucking playing PvP. You know what I mean? Just like everybody else. We all played the original CODs. You know, we were all there for the fucking, Black Ops days. You know what I mean? We were there for Black Ops 1, 2. I was there I used to go to freaking, not Best Buys. What is the name of the GameStop. I can't stand GameStop now, but back in the day, we used to go to GameStops, and we used to stand in line to wait for games. We used to play tournaments. Like, I remember going with a couple buddies, you know, for the midnight launches. We would go, and they would open their doors at 11, and you could play a tournament, or they would just have the doors closed till midnight. At midnight, they would open up, sell you your game, get you going. No, the early days of gaming, when it was a little bit more, I don't know, it's different, you know what I mean? You had to actually be involved a little bit more. Now everything's digital, so either way, I'm not trying to get into that conversation. My point is that I don't mind trying PvP. Hell, I'll play PvP tonight if you want to, Redemption. Yeah, Royd, yeah, I got you. I've got no problem playing PvP tonight if you want to, Redemption. I'll do it with you. Let's go. But I'm just not pumped about it. You know what I mean? It's not something that and the reason is this. Let me tell you the reason first. If I'm going to put my time into something, I don't want to lose out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to lose anything. If I invest time into it, I want to know that I'm going to have a turnaround on it. I'm going to profit from it. I'm going to get something from it in the long run, right? So let's say we go and we play PvP. let's say we go and we play PvP, and we're in the dark zone doing our thing. What do we get? We get our experience from the PvP. But then the real reason we go in there is it not for the gear? Like, isn't the gear there what you want to go for? And then now that the gear is what you go for, now that all the gear has been fucking nerfed and it's no good in PvE, or is it going to work normal in PvE? Like, I just don't see no fucking reason for PvP in this game anymore, man. I can definitely see things like what is it? The game mode from fucking Survival. I can definitely see Survival. That's just fucking fun, dude. Survival's really fucking fun. I enjoy that a lot. And I'm pretty sure you did too, because I think I played with you. I think I played with you, and I played with Tug, and I think it was just you and Tug that actually did it. Man, I was one fucking extraction shy of getting that whatchamacallit, where you had to extract a certain amount of times and you got something or the other. Anyways, but yeah, so that's for today's dev stream bullshit, which really was a bunch of damn bullshit. Nothing worth a damn to discuss. I mean, I guess it's cool that, I don't know. I don't know why they went live. You know what I mean? Like, they made us all think, oh shit, they got something to say. I don't like that either, dude. I don't like it at all. I mean, this whole game has been designed around builds, right? Like, people have been putting together builds in this game for so fucking long. And they just smashed all that shit. You know what I mean? So, and why? What's the reason for it? It can't be about broken builds, because from what I understand in PvP, it's all cheaters, right? Cheaters are the ones that are fucking ruining everything. There's no such thing as a broken build or a build that's just unbeatable that I know of. I don't know. Fuck it. It is what it is. But we're going to end it right there. That's all I really wanted to do today as far as this video goes, is go over that live dev stream. I was hoping it'd be a lot more, something worth discussing and having a good conversation with, but they didn't leave us anything to discuss. They didn't leave us anything to talk about, so what a waste of time, right? I got up early for nothing, man. I don't know. Guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone here today watching. I will catch you guys next time. I see some of you guys are still on commercials, so we'll wait another minute and a half so I can say goodbye to these guys. If you're over on YouTube, you can follow me on the purple app, the one that starts with a T. I don't say that out loud, because if I do say that, then YouTube will throttle my views, even though I get no views on YouTube anyways. I just dual stream it because it's an option. My preferred platform is the T, the purple app, simply because it's just so much better to use, and I prefer to do live streaming. So I am trying to put together a show. This show is going to be a game conversation show where we talk, gaming. We talk about specific games. We talk about the gaming industry. We talk about conspiracies. We talk about a whole bunch of other things. I'm trying to get that put together now. I've reached out to some bigger content creators to try to get some advice on how to. I've only had one reach out so far, but whatever. I'm grateful for that guy that reached out. Yeah. So in the future, hopefully you're going to see things change. Maybe some rebranding, some more professional style editing and work. I'm going to start investing this into this a lot more, especially the show part where we have a discussion with you guys, the people that I want to discuss with. I'm not here to get any sponsorships. I'm not here to get any money or make any money. I'm here to freaking talk to a community and build the community and work with you guys on gaming. Just this is what we do. It's our passion. It's our hobby. It's what we like to do. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to stick with. If you're into gaming, if you're into conspiracies, if you're into things like that, this is the place for you. Redemption's one of the guys I was thinking about having on the show. Hopefully, Redemption, I can get you to, come on the show one day. We can have a conversation where we talk about maybe 3 or 4 different subjects, and we'll hash it out there. I've got Jeps Gaming that would be a good one there because he can be my what is it? He will be the yin to my yang. Yeah, he likes my yang. Anyways, but the point is that I just want to get the community talking. You know what I mean? I want to get you guys talking, engaging in the things. So I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all coming by today. I'm sorry this dev stream wasn't any better news. But until then, guys, if you're looking for a clan, a PlayStation clan, all you got to do is hit us up. We are the Torta Pounders, Torta Pounders clan. You can find us on, let's see here. You can find us on Facebook. Just type in Torta Pounders. That's Pounderz. Torta, Torta. It's right here. Let's see if I can highlight it right here. Bam, there it is. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us also, let's see, Discord. You can find us on Discord as well. Let me see if I can get you a little, Torta Pounders, invite to server, copy URL, bam. And let's just put this in the Twitch stream here if I can. Control V. Bam. There you go. There is the Discord. If you guys want to join us, we do have quite a few different people playing quite a few different games. We'll be more than happy if you specialize in a certain game and you're looking for a community to come and kind of coach some people on. Maybe try to attract some people to that game so you can play with them. This is the place to do it. This is the community to do it. So we appreciate you. The only thing we ask is that you're not woke. Anything else, we don't give a damn. So we appreciate y'all, and we'll catch y'all next time. So let me see here. Torta Pounders. Yep, I already shared it. It's up there. Guys, I appreciate y'all, man. I will check y'all out next time.